The demonic possession of the Conjuring house. Introduction. The most terrifying thing about the Conjuring house isn't what we can see, it's what we can't. These chilling words by famed paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren perfectly capture the dark, otherworldly forces that are said to have plagued the infamous Conjuring house in Harrisville, Rhode Island. Known for being the site of one of the most disturbing paranormal investigations in history, this house has become synonymous with fear, mystery, and malevolent spirits. What started as a quiet family's descent into terror soon became one of the most documented cases of demonic possession, drawing the attention of both skeptics and believers alike. The house, built in the 18th century, had stood through centuries of American history, but it was only in the 1970s that it became notorious for its horrifying events. The Perron family, the home's unsuspecting occupants, soon found themselves in the grip of dark forces beyond their understanding. The incidents ranged from strange noises to violent disturbances and terrifying encounters with spirits that seemed to have no intention of leaving. But what really happened inside the walls of the Conjuring house? Was it truly the work of a malevolent spirit, or something far darker? An ancient, demonic force that sought to torment and possess the souls of those unfortunate enough to live there? The house's terrifying history, filled with unexplainable phenomena, leads us to one conclusion. Not everything in this world can be explained by science, and some mysteries are far beyond our comprehension. In this exploration, we will unravel the chilling events that led the Perron family into a nightmare and investigate the terrifying forces that are believed to have inhabited the Conjuring house. The house has since become a legendary location for paranormal investigations, inspiring films, documentaries, and chilling testimonies, all of which continue to stir the debate. What is it that truly haunts the Conjuring house? And can the darkness that resides within ever truly be eradicated? Stay with us as we delve into one of the most terrifying and debated cases of demonic possession ever documented. Background story. The Conjuring house in Harrisville, Rhode Island, is infamous for one of history's most disturbing demonic possession cases. To grasp its haunting, we must explore its history and the people who lived there. The early years. Built in 1736 on 200 acres of rural land, the house's architecture was dark and imposing. Even before its construction, the land was marked by tragedy, including the deaths of children and animals, leading to rumors of a curse. Through the 19th century, families reported eerie occurrences, from strange noises to shadows and a heavy atmosphere. When the Perron family moved in during the 1970s, these disturbances intensified, revealing the house's sinister nature. The Perron family. In 1971, Roger and Carolyn Perron and their 5 daughters moved into the house, hopeful for a fresh start. Initially charmed by the property, their excitement soon turned to terror. It started with cold spots, strange noises, and a growing sense of unease. The family dog refused to enter certain areas, and invisible forces left handprints and caused physical harm. In the basement, Carolyn found an old wooden chest containing strange objects. Touching it filled her with dread, marking the beginning of an escalating series of events. As the disturbances grew more intense, Carolyn experienced unexplainable bruises and scratches, and the children described feeling watched by unseen eyes. The unseen force. Desperate for answers, the family sought help from Ed and Lorraine Warren, renowned paranormal investigators. In 1973, the Warrens discovered a demonic presence tied to the house, linked to Bathsheba Sherman, a 19th century resident accused of witchcraft and sacrificing a child. They theorized her spirit cursed the land, becoming the haunting's focal point. The demonic entity targeted Carolyn, who began exhibiting violent mood swings, physical injuries, and erratic behavior. The possession manifested in chilling ways, including speaking in strange voices and physical attacks by unseen forces. The battle for Carolyn's soul. The Warrens brought in priests to perform an exorcism, which became a brutal, days-long struggle. Carolyn screamed in agony as the entity violently resisted expulsion, but the priests ultimately succeeded. While Carolyn was freed, the haunting didn't cease, and the house remained a site of paranormal activity. The Warrens' documentation of the case highlighted the sinister forces at play, and the events became one of their most famous investigations. The legacy of the Conjuring House. The house remains steeped in mystery, inspiring books, films, and documentaries. Visitors and investigators still report strange phenomena, questioning whether the demonic entity has been vanquished or merely lies dormant. As the Conjuring House stands as a dark reminder of the unknown, its story endures, leaving us to wonder about the forces lurking beyond our understanding. The incident. The haunting of the Conjuring House began innocuously when the Perron family moved to the rural farmhouse in Harrisville, Rhode Island, in 1971. Roger and Carolyn Perron, along with their 5 daughters, envisioned a peaceful life away from the city. Built in 1736, the house was full of history and charm, but it quickly became a site of chilling paranormal activity. Initial signs of unexplained activity. From the start, Carolyn noticed cold spots throughout the house, particularly in the basement, and the family dog refused to enter certain rooms. At night, the daughters heard unexplained footsteps and felt watched. As time passed, more disturbing incidents occurred. Carolyn experienced an icy hand brushing her neck, and the family heard strange noises and saw objects move on their own. The dark presence. The atmosphere in the home grew oppressive. Carolyn felt an invisible presence fixating on her, and physical attacks began. She would wake with bruises and scratches, and once, she was slammed into a wall by an unseen force. The children reported interactions with shadowy figures, and one daughter, April, claimed to speak with a sinister woman resembling Bathsheba Sherman, a previous owner linked to witchcraft. Escalating events and possession. The family experienced increasingly violent paranormal activity. Carolyn's mental and physical health deteriorated as she displayed signs of possession, speaking in guttural voices and showing erratic behavior. One terrifying incident involved Carolyn being dragged across the floor by an invisible force, while objects were thrown at family members. The Warrens' investigation. Desperate for help, the Perrons reached out to Ed and Lorraine Warren, renowned paranormal investigators. Upon arriving, the Warrens immediately sensed a demonic presence. Their investigation revealed the house's dark history and ties to Bathsheba Sherman, accused of practicing witchcraft and infanticide. The Warrens concluded that Bathsheba's spirit had merged with a malevolent force targeting Carolyn. The exorcism. Ed and Lorraine organized an exorcism to free Carolyn from possession. The process was intense and violent, with Carolyn speaking in other voices and her body contorting unnaturally. After days of spiritual warfare, the demonic presence was expelled, but residual activity continued in the house. Legacy of the Conjuring House. The Perrons eventually left, but the events etched the Conjuring House into paranormal history. The ordeal inspired books, documentaries, and films, cementing its reputation as one of the most infamous hauntings. Today, the house stands as a chilling reminder of the unknown forces that may lurk in the shadows. The investigation of the Conjuring House. The Perron family's haunting, investigated by Ed and Lorraine Warren, stands as one of the most intense and terrifying paranormal cases ever recorded. In 1971, after months of paranormal disturbances ranging from strange noises to malevolent forces, the Warrens responded, realizing this case went far beyond typical supernatural activity. Initial response and decision to investigate. Upon arriving, Lorraine, a psychic, felt a powerful and malevolent presence. The Warrens, understanding the severity, conducted a full investigation involving paranormal experts, psychics, and clergy. The family's accounts, combined with Lorraine's intuition, revealed the house was home to both spirits and something much darker. Historical research and preparation. Research into the property's history revealed a long pattern of paranormal activity and tragedy. Key findings pointed to Bathsheba Sherman, a 19th-century resident rumored to have practiced dark rituals. This suggested the hauntings' origins were deeply tied to the property's sinister past. Investigation techniques. The Warrens documented the family's experiences through interviews, photographs, and video. Lorraine conducted psychic readings, sensing benevolent and malevolent energies. Meanwhile, Ed, a trained demonologist, studied evidence and began suspecting demonic involvement, particularly as the manifestations grew violent, objects flying, disembodied voices, and physical assaults on Carolyn Perron. Uncovering physical and psychic evidence. Cameras captured chilling phenomena, including moving objects and slamming doors. Cold spots were frequently recorded, and the team uncovered signs of occult activity tied to Bathsheba's dark history. Lorraine encountered a powerful demonic presence fixated on Carolyn, amplifying the severity of her possession. Escalation of malevolence. The haunting worsened as the team continued its work. Apparitions of Bathsheba were seen, and violent activity intensified. Family members experienced unexplained mood swings and health issues. Carolyn suffered direct physical attacks, becoming the focal point of the demonic activity. Collaboration with the paranormal team. The New England Society for Psychic Research aided the Warrens in uncovering deeper truths about the house's history. EVP recordings captured growls and direct responses, affirming the presence of a malevolent entity. Advanced equipment documented unexplained cold spots and object movements, reinforcing the idea of a demonic force. The growing threat and exorcism preparation. As attacks on the family escalated, Ed and Lorraine concluded an exorcism was needed. They worked with local clergy to plan the ritual while continuing to gather evidence. The oppressive presence became more violent, even targeting the Warrens and their team directly. The dangerous conclusion. The case escalated into one of the Warrens' most dangerous investigations. The house was not just haunted, it was a battleground of good and evil. Determined to protect the Perrons, the Warrens committed to freeing the family from the powerful entity that had claimed their home. Theories and speculations, the mysteries unfold. As the investigation into the Conjuring house deepened, a wave of theories and speculations surrounding the events that transpired began to emerge, both within the paranormal community and the wider public. These theories sought to explain the extreme nature of the hauntings and demonic activity the Perron family endured. While some supported the Warrens' assertions that the house was genuinely haunted by malevolent spirits and demonic entities, others approached the case with more skepticism, proposing alternative explanations. Over time, these theories not only illuminated the paranormal dynamics within the house but also sparked debates about the nature of evil itself and whether demonic possession and haunting were truly the causes of such extreme phenomena. The demonic possession theory. The most widely accepted and discussed theory, especially within paranormal circles, was that the Conjuring house was haunted by a powerful and malevolent demon. The Warrens, with their extensive experience in demonology, believed that the haunting was tied to a demonic force, which was especially evident through the paranormal phenomena that seemed to target the Perron family with increasing violence. This theory gained traction after Lorraine Warren's psychic impressions and Ed's investigation into the history of the house and its previous inhabitants. The key to this theory lay in the dark history of Bathsheba Sherman, a woman who had lived on the property in the 19th century and was rumored to be involved in witchcraft and the death of a child. The Warrens and other investigators believed that Bathsheba's lingering spirit had become a vessel for a demonic force, leading to a dangerous possession of the house and its inhabitants. The theory held that the demonic energy had been dormant for years, but Bathsheba's death and the subsequent disturbances unleashed it, causing the evil force to prey upon the Perron family, particularly Carolyn. Furthermore, the numerous physical assaults, the violent apparitions, and the deteriorating mental and physical health of the family members pointed toward a demonic entity's direct involvement. Carolyn's possession-like symptoms, which included speaking in a deep, guttural voice and exhibiting unnatural strength, aligned with the idea of a demonic attachment rather than merely a haunting by spirits. This theory also aligned with the Warrens' past experiences with demonic hauntings, where they had witnessed the same aggressive manifestations and possession in other cases. The Bathsheba Sherman connection. Another widely circulated theory speculated that Bathsheba Sherman, the woman at the center of the hauntings' origins, was not merely a victim of the house but rather the source of its evil energy. According to historical records, Bathsheba had been a resident of the property during the late 1800s, and rumors of her practicing dark rituals, including accusations of child sacrifice, painted a grim portrait of her character. While some aspects of Bathsheba's life have been questioned, such as whether she was actually guilty of harming a child or if these were unfounded rumors. The paranormal team, led by the Warrens, believed that her dark energy had left a permanent mark on the house. Many believed that Bathsheba's restless spirit had become an anchor for the demonic entity. In some paranormal cases, it is thought that evil spirits, especially those with negative histories or unresolved emotions, can unknowingly allow dark forces to possess them. The theory posited that Bathsheba's dark actions, particularly those connected to her death, allowed the demonic force to enter and claim ownership of the property. As a result, the spirit of Bathsheba was said to be working in conjunction with the demonic entity, acting as its servant and perpetuating the evil energy in the house. Skepticism and psychological explanations. Not everyone believed that the Conjuring house was truly haunted or possessed by a demon. Many skeptics argued that the strange phenomena experienced by the Perron family were the result of psychological and environmental factors rather than supernatural occurrences. In some cases, skeptics speculated that the family's experiences were exacerbated by the collective stress and fear of living in a house with such a dark history. The Perrons had moved to the property seeking a fresh start, but the emotional and psychological strain of raising a family in an unsettling environment might have contributed to their heightened sensitivity to unusual occurrences. Additionally, some believed that the terrifying experiences the family endured were a result of mass hysteria. In psychological terms, mass hysteria occurs when a group of people experiences a shared set of symptoms, often linked to an irrational fear. Some critics suggested that the Perron family's belief in the house's hauntings had caused them to perceive ordinary occurrences, such as creaking floors, drafts, or animals in the walls, as supernatural events. Over time, this belief could have led to heightened paranoia, which then influenced the rest of the family's experiences. Other skeptics pointed out that the Warrens themselves were often accused of sensationalizing their findings for personal gain. Ed and Lorraine Warren were not only paranormal investigators but also well-known figures in the occult field, and some questioned their motives in publicizing the case. Critics suggested that the Warrens could have exaggerated the events for publicity or financial profit, especially since their cases often became sensationalized in the media. The spirit of the witch, Bathsheba Sherman as the malevolent force. One of the most persistent theories associated with the Conjuring house haunting is the idea that Bathsheba Sherman, a former resident of the land, was not only involved in dark practices but was also a key figure in the continued supernatural activity within the house. The Warrens, along with several other paranormal investigators, pointed to her as the central antagonist of the haunting, claiming that she had cursed the land and left behind an evil energy that ultimately attached itself to the property. The theory of Bathsheba's ghost being the focal point of the haunting grew in part due to her connection to the land's tragic history. According to local lore, Bathsheba was accused of being a witch and causing the death of an infant child while living on the property in the 1800s. While these accusations were never definitively proven, they contributed to her reputation as a sinister figure. The idea that Bathsheba, as a malevolent spirit, could have formed an alliance with a demon, creating a powerful spiritual force that tormented the Perron family, persisted for many years. Some speculated that Bathsheba's restless spirit had found a conduit in the form of the demonic presence, allowing the spirit to achieve its full power and control. This theory was further supported by the disturbing, violent events witnessed by the Perron family, including physical assaults, poltergeist activity, and strange apparitions. The belief was that Bathsheba's history as a potentially dark and vengeful woman could have attracted negative spiritual energies that were either tied to her own life or inadvertently fueled by her death. Conclusion: the case of the Conjuring house is one that continues to captivate the imagination, weaving together a tapestry of chilling events, paranormal theories, and unanswered questions. From the moment the Perron family moved into the secluded farmhouse in Harrisville, Rhode Island, they were thrust into a world of terror, where the boundaries between the living and the supernatural seemed to blur. The theories surrounding the haunting, centered around a demonic presence, Bathsheba Sherman, and the involvement of renowned paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, have persisted in shaping how we understand demonic hauntings, paranormal investigations, and the potential dark forces that may linger in places with tragic histories. Key points of the case. The Conjuring House case is filled with unnerving accounts of a family tormented by an unseen malevolent force, believed to be linked to the ghost of Bathsheba Sherman, a woman with a tragic past. The chilling reports of objects moving, apparitions, and aggressive, harmful spirits set the stage for a series of paranormal investigations, led by the Warrens. Their involvement in the case helped cement the Conjuring House as a haunting of epic proportions, attracting widespread media attention and inspiring future generations of paranormal enthusiasts. At the core of the haunting was the family's belief that Bathsheba's malevolent spirit, coupled with the dark energy tied to the land and the house's bloody history, was responsible for their suffering. The Warrens' investigation, featuring their religious approach to exorcisms and spiritual cleansing, seemed to offer some comfort to the parents, but the larger question of whether the haunting was truly the work of a demonic entity or a collection of misunderstood events remains open for debate. Unresolved mysteries. Despite the passing of time, questions still linger about what truly occurred within the walls of the Conjuring House. Was Bathsheba Sherman really the cause of the paranormal disturbances, or is she merely a convenient scapegoat, her reputation smeared by later generations to add drama to an already terrifying tale? The historical accuracy of the claims made about Bathsheba is one area that remains unclear, as records from the period are sparse, and much of what we know about her is based on local folklore rather than concrete evidence. Furthermore, the involvement of Ed and Lorraine Warren adds another layer of complexity. Were their methods of investigation truly effective, or were they influenced by their own beliefs and biases? The Warrens were known for their conviction in the supernatural, but their reliance on spiritual rituals like exorcisms and their media presence have led some to question the authenticity of their findings. Did their intervention bring about real relief to the Perron family, or did it simply add another layer to the mystery of the house, perpetuating a cycle of fear and speculation? The lingering question of whether the Conjuring House continues to be haunted, even today, is another unresolved mystery. Modern investigators claim to have captured paranormal evidence from the house, suggesting that the spirits, or whatever force remains, may still be active. But are these truly supernatural phenomena, or simply artifacts of natural environmental factors like mold or electromagnetic fields that have been proven to cause hallucinations or strange feelings in sensitive individuals? Connecting the conclusion to future mysteries. The Conjuring House case has not only captivated public attention but has also inspired an ongoing exploration into the world of paranormal investigation. As more and more individuals venture into haunted locations, seeking to uncover the mysteries that lie within, the Conjuring House serves as a reminder that the boundaries between the living and the supernatural remain blurry and enigmatic. The tools of modern investigation, EMF detectors, spirit boxes, infrared cameras, have become essential for those attempting to capture evidence of the unexplained. But as technology advances and new methodologies emerge, will we ever have definitive proof of the paranormal, or will these mysteries continue to elude us, leaving us with only theories and speculation? The Conjuring House also highlights the broader conversation about the nature of belief and the human desire to find explanations for the unknown. Whether it's through religion, science, or spiritual practices, humans are drawn to solve the mysteries of the unseen world. The theories that have sprung from the Conjuring House, demonic possession, haunted land, evil spirits, are just one example of the many ways we try to explain our experiences, both extraordinary and frightening. Looking ahead, the Conjuring House case will no doubt continue to inspire future generations of investigators, filmmakers, and scholars to explore the boundary between the living and the dead. Its influence has already been seen in countless other investigations and media portrayals of the supernatural, many of which reference the Conjuring story as a cornerstone of modern paranormal lore. But as we move into an era of increased skepticism and scientific inquiry, one must ask, will we ever uncover the truth behind the Conjuring House? Or will it remain, like so many other paranormal cases, a tantalizing mystery that both terrifies and intrigues? Perhaps it is not the truth we seek, but rather the very question itself that keeps us coming back for more. As we peer into the darkness, searching for answers, we must ask ourselves, do we truly want to know what lies beyond the veil, or is the mystery more compelling than the solution? The greatest mysteries are not those we solve, but those that remain unsolved, forever haunting the corners of our minds.